Hi Caleb, Mrs. Olson here. I thought I would make this video to go over the notes that I wrote here in the feedback column for this set of Cornell notes 2.2.2, the scientific revolution. So first of all, I want you to know that this submission is pretty good. You're definitely on the right track. I do like the way that you wrote this key here, and I think this is a great strategy to use when you're writing your own notes, especially when it comes to a lot of different people. So by abbreviating them and then reminding yourself, and then actually me too, what the abbreviations mean is awesome. So a few things that I want you to try to work on when you do other sets of Cornell notes is that in this column, the right column, so the biggest column, that's where you put the bulk of your information. And then in the left column, this is your question and main ideas column. So really you're not writing a whole lot as far as like numbers of words go in the left column. That's why it's a little bit smaller, skinnier than the right column. So you have good information in this first cell here. What I would do is just switch things around. So the main idea for this section of the reading is that people had strange ideas in medieval times. So this is good because you've written it in your own words, strange ideas in medieval times. But that's the big overarching, the umbrella idea, if you will, for this section. So I would take this sentence or partial sentence and put it in this column, and then this is kind of the explanation for this main idea. So you're just going to take this and move it over, okay? This part is good right here, defining characteristics of modern science, and then you have written the steps to the process. That is good. So here because you've already created a key, you don't need to put this. You can just write Nicholas Copernicus, or in history, it's always okay to go with famous people's last names. So if you wanted to, you could just write Copernicus. Okay, so what I've done is to pull up Apex and the section on 2.2.2, the scientific revolution, and I'm going to go back to the feedback here in just a moment. So there's a few pieces of info that you still want to include in this set of Cornell notes if you want to increase your score. And so, for example, this first one is about universities supported by the Roman Catholic Church, and I kind of gave you a hint in parentheses. You must interact with the historical timeline on page 4. So I'm just going to fast forward to page 4. And then click on, this is the interactive timeline, okay? And so it reads to you a little bit. And what I mean, I'm going to pause this. And what I mean is to interact with the timeline is that you are going to be looking over these little, I guess I'll call them bullets or talking points. So you can see that the text doesn't cover the picture, but if you hover over it, then it gives you some more information. And then if we go to this date, so it's always going to read this caption for you, and then you can hover over this part and it tells you more about Roger Bacon, okay? So that's the same thing with this second note, include information on Roger Bacon, and I told you that you have to use the interactive timeline for that information. And same thing with this one. And then you have to also include information on 1, 2, 3, 4, these 5 guys. And so I wanted to tell you that you did a great job with Copernicus because you have Copernicus written in the left column, just like that. And then you have included specific details that help us to remember and understand why Copernicus was famous and what he did. So you want to do that very same thing with these 5 scientists here. Okay, so you've got a really great start. You are definitely understanding how to do the Cornell notes. I just want to encourage you to write less in the left column and write a little bit more in the right column. So for example, at the bottom of these notes here, you can just use the word Galilee and put these details here in the right column. Okay, and then for this one, you said that key people, blah, 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 pursued their radical ideas free from religion. You could say something like scientists pursued their radical ideas free from religion, and then list their names here. And of course, you could use the abbreviations that you've already designated at the top of the notes. Okay, well, I hope those pointers help, and if they don't, then go ahead and ask me questions through the feedback or through the inbox or through email. Talk to you later. Bye.